Hey friends, I am back again. Depending on how quickly you watch through my videos, you might notice I'm in the same minty shirt. This is Thursday afternoon, April 10th. I had just posted my market prep video, and then we went to run errands. I went and got my nails done. We're springy. I have rhinestones on my nails for the first time ever. We will see how it goes. Certainly, focus there. Maybe not. So we will see how it goes. I've certainly had some different textures on my nails with the specialty designs and stuff that I do, but I've never actually had like charms or anything on my nails. So we will see how much I play with them. My nail girl is awesome, and she promises that they will not fall off. And it's so funny because she applied them with almost like UV epoxy, because the way she did it, and then she's shown a flashlight on it. I'm like, wait, is that glue or is that epoxy? So funny because that's essentially the same way that I would apply charms to pens or something else. So I'm intrigued. We will see. I may end up playing with my children's nails and seeing what I can do. But wanted to pop on here and do a quick video of potentially my last Joann's haul. So driving to the big town where my girl does my nails, there's Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Ollie's, which is now someplace I get yarn. Who would have thought? So I don't go to Hobby Lobby very often. I do love I love this yarn, but it's not a primary for me. Joann's was my staple. Michael's would be my backup. So we ran into Joann's to see what we could find. There was absolutely no yarn the last time we went in. We left, I'm pretty sure, empty-handed the last time we went. I did get a few knick-knack things this time. Some stuff is almost more memento-y and emotional than absolutely necessary. But some stuff is for the kids as well. I just wanted to keep everything together until I did a quick video. We got a couple of Blizzard fleece to, I can't even think, 2-yard sections. That one was for my older daughter. This one is for my younger daughter with the paw prints. I then, sorry for the crinkling in the bags if the mic's picking that up. I picked up bees because I love my bees. Bees are in my logos. Bees are tattooed on my foot. I'm a beekeeper, or was a beekeeper until my bees ran away. I still have beehives and all this stuff. I just did not purchase bees this year. We'll see if I can capture a swarm. But bees. And they're flying away. I got so those guys were 80% off. These guys were 60-70% off. So I got some scissor vinyl and the pink glitter. I got a purple, kind of lavender-ish. And then I also got a patterned one. Oops, you can't see that. It's kind of a watercolor, so almost a rainbow-ish. It's got blues, yellows, pinks. It looks very pretty. Don't know what I'll use it for yet, but that's how crafting goes, right? We then also got some chocolate melts. We use it, for various things, cookie decorating, whatever. So we got some cookie melts there. My kids do perler bead art, and we haven't been purchasing anything from Joann's recently for the perler beads because they weren't a large enough discount. So it finally got up to a point where it's like, okay, we can buy. So got a few new plates for them to put their beads onto. And that's more candy. Chocolate melts. Then I got a couple of sticker sheets. These are truly more sentimental than absolutely necessary, but it is what it is. So I got 2 of those. We got a whole bunch of, there's my second sheet. Got a whole bunch of felt, and this is what I use to secure my safety eyes in place. So they didn't have the white except for in the monster sizes. But I did pick quite a bit of that up last time, so I just got a few other colors as I do try to match somewhat so it doesn't show through too much on those. Sorry for the plastic bag. Another little perler bead kit. We did have some of the ones that they had there already, but this one we did not, so my little will be super excited for unicorns. Then another sentimentally thing that was truly absolutely not necessary. I got yarn keychains. Big twist with smiles. Absolutely not necessary. Totally cute. We'll see where they end up. Then I got, because things were quite on sale, I ended up picking up some knitting needles, circular knitting needles. So they have the loop that goes between them. Another knitter that I watch, she knits and crochets, prefers these kind of things so that stuff doesn't get lost off the end. So since they were so cheap, I figured I would just get them in a whole bunch of sizes and we'll see where they go. If I don't end up using them or whatever, it is what it is. So that is, I think, all of the stuff that we got from Joann's. And then we did go make it over to Ollie's towards the end of our, after getting nails done. I didn't have enough time after doing Joann's. I got a Bernat. This is a different colorway than what I've necessarily seen before. And they put the sticker over the color. So not 100% sure what this little plumish colorway is, because their price tag is over top of it. Let's see if the other one, I got a second one. Did they move the price? So this is Purple Haze. They've had the price tag in a different spot. So Purple Haze is what that one is. Then we picked up some blue. These are Blanket Brights. And this guy is a water slide variegated. We got two of those, got two of the purple, and then I picked up another of the gray speckle and two more of the black speckle. So I'm pretty set on speckles for a while. However, at half off you can't hardly beat it, so we'll see. As long as I make some sales, I may just keep buying yarn. We won't tell my husband. He watches these videos, don't tell him. So that's it for now. I will catch you on the next one. Hey friends, it helps if you actually push record when you start the video. So, trying this again. Today is Saturday, April 12th, and we just finished the market at Dirty Bull Brewing in Durham in coordination with Handcraft Durham. The brewery was 200 miles from me, round trip. This is the furthest that I have gone for a show. The booth fee was $50. The brewery was also doing a 90s event with a DJ. They were supposed to have costume contest, hand-blown glass demonstrations, food trucks, all sorts of things. I had really high hopes for this event, being that it's in a higher income bracket area than where I usually have my events, because the county I live in, the adjacent county that we go to for church and my kids dance in, that is also considered below poverty line. So I had high hopes. Unfortunately, despite our 90 degrees last weekend, it was 50 today. Nobody wants to sit outside and drink beer in 55 degrees. So we had very little traffic. I did have my banana clip in earlier for my hair. I will put a picture of the kids and I. My older daughter had a bunch of denim, denim on denim. And then my younger one wore a dance outfit that looks like the schoolgirl for Clueless. So super cute. However, there was nobody there. I don't know what happened to the costume contest. Nothing was said about it. There was one attendee who had similar denim on denim and had a cute little pony with scrunchie there going on. And then somebody else had just a wild neon print sweatshirt. I have capris with kind of paint stuff on it. A paint look to it at any rate, and then certainly my crochetrx. It has a hood, but it's not really hoodie. It's just a very light shirt, and I love this shirt. So overall, the market was not fun. Well, not that it wasn't fun. It wasn't a good business endeavor. So I sold 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 items. Sold 10 items in 7 sales. So I had $106 total, excluding taxes. The booth fee was $50. It was 200 miles to drive there. So after expenses, because I track yarn and so forth, after supplies, there was like $78 profit-ish. Well, $50 of that essentially goes straight to the booth fee, because I did not make my quantity minimums in order to meet what I have set aside for, because I divide my average booth fee per my average sales per show for last year's metrics. And so there's just a couple dollars in each item that is earmarked towards my booth fee. So if I were to sell, I don't remember if 40 or 50 items, it covers my booth fee. Obviously, I didn't make that. So more of my profit goes towards my booth fee in this rate. And then my children also sold things. So my older daughter had a mouse that sold. My younger one had a mini snake and a cup charm that sold. And so they each got paid for their labor for those, which then takes further. So this is another show that once all expenses are totaled, I did not make any money. So as I've said before, I don't typically do spring shows. Is this a problem with spring shows? Are there just not people there? Today we can blame it on the weather, that kind of thing. But this has been all spring with the exception of one show that has been okay. Is this just a common thing for spring shows? I rarely have this issue with my fall and, my fall shows starting in August through the end of the year. I do not have these kind of poor sales. So, I don't know. I'm frustrated, to say the least, because this does contribute to our monthly income. While I can't guarantee that this, is going to be there for our budget, I really rely heavily on the idea that this will be our extra money, that we can do something fun. And once again, we cannot. So I would love to hear input. Is this an issue with spring markets? Is this something that's an economy issue. I know people are still spending money. I know people are still spending money. I see it all over my Facebook and Instagram feeds. So is it just where I am? Are you guys seeing this further across the United States? I have a sale tomorrow, so Sunday the 13th, on Palmstreet to try and move some inventory because I have a number of peeps and, those kind of things that I would really like to move before Easter. I do have a market next Saturday in Raleigh, which should be pretty good. The coordinator for that event has been very forthcoming with all of her ad expenses that she has been paying for, as well as there's kind of clicker people to track how many attendees there are at each weekend. So I definitely appreciate all of her work in putting this together and being very upfront with the vendors on how these markets are doing. It is in its third year for this shopping center. It's in a Target area parking lot shopping center. So definitely has traffic, 100% has traffic because Target is right there. And so I am hopeful that next weekend is much better. Right now, the forecast looks like it's going to be in the 70s and should be a fabulous day as long as the rain that's kind of peeking into Sunday doesn't move forward. So we will see how that goes. So we will see how Palmstreet is on Sunday, and hopefully I can ship out some stuff first thing on Monday and help kind of buffer as we pay out the wazoo for taxes. I also have to submit my first quarter sales tax this week as well. Shopify is really good about keeping all that up for me. So I just need to run that report and I can then submit that to North Carolina. So I think that is it. Certainly if you've got questions or comments, please reach out, note in the comment section. I would love to hear if you do spring markets, if this is how your springs go, or what you see for spring markets. And maybe it's just something that I don't do spring markets next year. Or if this one at Target is really good, maybe I do more frequent at that location. Definitely something to think about it. So let me know. Take care.